Xavi's Barca is in a great moment, scoring 5 goals in consecutive games. But we can't deny the fact that it will be a different story against bigger and tougher opponents. And in this video, we'll be discussing how Xavi could and should be lining up against bigger teams to keep Barcelona flourishing in terms of goals. But before we do get into all of that, please do subscribe to the channel, as that will be helping us a lot. We upload 3 times a week and we do analysis on all Barcelona games. So let's get right into the video to see how Barcelona should be defensively sound while maintaining attacking prowess. What I like about the 2-3-5 is that against the opposition defensive shape, this team is very likely to already have the players in between the lines, and you have these triangles where it's very easy to move the ball around, and this is why Barcelona has been so good, and it's difficult to mark it. However, the threat always lies in the fact that when the opposition turns the ball over, they could easily play them in behind with the space that's left. So what does Xavi have to change in order for Barcelona to remain defensively sound, however, at the same time also maintain the shape and triangles? And here's what I suggest he should do. My suggestion actually for this problem is that we should be using Frenkie as an auxiliary centre-back who drops into the left centre-back space, something he has done before. And then therefore we should be using Joao Cancelo like we've been doing the last 2 games and still create this box in midfield. In a second, I will explain to you why we shouldn't be using a centre-back in that position. Frenkie's versatility will still allow you to move the ball around in between the lines, and then you have 3 players back with a pivot. But at the same time, you are still moving the ball like you do in the 2-3-5 shape. Players are still in between the lines, and it's extremely difficult then for players to be marked. And therefore, these guys can stay high in between the lines, behind the midfield. I will explain in a second why it will be difficult to play a centre-back where I'm suggesting we should be playing Frenkie. However, the triangles will still remain on either side of the pitch. Alright, you will be either man-to-man or you can outnumber the opposition, and the same on the other side. You can still have these triangles in place, but at the same time you have 3 players back, still a pivot. Alright? If we want to overload the one side of the pitch, we can easily use Frenkie de Jong's ability to beat players one-on-one, and he has been doing this, guys. He has been playing in that position, you know, and then Oriol or Joao Cancelo can easily fit into that backline for him, and then we can have multiple players. We have been doing this before. It's just slight tweaks to be defensively sound, all right? Then you draw the whole play to one side, and then that tactic, the way Barcelona wants to overload, to isolate to the right side, get the ball to Rafinha or Lamine. Simple. And here's why I would play Frenkie as an auxiliary centre-back rather than playing an actual centre-back in that position. You actually limit the wings, taking a player out from either side of the wings. You know the centre-backs will be centre-backs, the pivot will be pivots, and the free eights, free eights. That takes away the players on either side of the wings, meaning that when you move the ball to that side, the opposition now has 4 players ready to go and mark anyone who's on that left wing. The same on the right side. Joao Cancelo isn't there anymore. Now you have a pivot, a single pivot, and now the opposition are able to mark it man-to-man, or they even have a man spare. We have seen countless times then when this happens, Barcelona are usually forced back into their own half and the build-up have to start again. The problem with this formation or shape is that it limits the movement, and now you have control but you have very little movement, whereas the 2-3-5 gives you that movement and stability. A lot of you might disagree with me, but just let me know your comments. I think we should just go for it. Let's just go score the goals. If we concede 1 or 2, let's score 4, you know. We're going to go score against big teams. And in closing, I just wanted to say that the 2-3-5 formation for me is the best formation. The only way I would have 3 players back is if Frenkie is like an auxiliary centre-back. But furthermore, I would prefer him higher up the pitch. Teams are going to defend really deep if they know this is what we play and what we do. So if we do need to have Frenkie de Jong deep, want to get him on the ball, he can be that auxiliary centre-back, you know. He can get into these deep areas where he usually get into, you know, and then he could look to link up with all the players around him from there. But the key will be having triangles on either side of the pitch and throughout the pitch, which is what the 2-3-5 gives you. And the 3-2-5 makes it more static, as everybody has a definitive position. If we want to do it temporarily, Romeo can slot into the back line, but only temporarily, you know, because we need to have guys in between the lines. And if I was manager, the moment we move into that opposition half, I would have had the 2-3-5 formation, because this is the formation that my team at that time is performing at its best, right? And it's crazy how scared Barcelona fans, when I read your comments, all of you are always concerned about scoring goals or conceding goals. However, we need to have that confidence, right? If we play this game and we maybe lose the ball in the opposition half, we can easily do the gegenpressing. Then there's another outlet that we can have if we do concede the ball. And how many times have I been advocating for Marc-Andre ter Stegen to be a sweeper keeper? Play a high line, let him do the sweeper keeping. But maybe I'm a little bit too optimistic. But let me know down in the comment section, what do you guys think about this formation thing, and what do Barcelona have to do against the bigger teams in order for us to score the same amount of goals that we're doing right now, but at the same time not concede any, which I think would be very, very difficult for us to expect that. We either have to give up control of the game and be in between the lines, or have control but not score any goals. We can't be on both sides of the fence. But like I said, do let me know your comments down below. What do you think about the formation and the shape? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What do you think about all of this? But I just wanted to take a second to thank each and every one of you guys who have been supporting this channel for the past almost 2 years. We're about to hit 2,000 subscribers already. Thank you very much for all of your comments. You guys inspire me so much to do videos, not only videos but in live. Let's keep loving Barcelona. Let's keep doing videos. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. Thank you very much.